Okay, this what if Naruto's apology, and he's gonna be a bookworm. I'm not gonna, well, not a bookworm, he's just gonna be very smart. And he's treated a little worse in the village because he can't read and he knows absolutely no ninjas and stuff, and he's about, I'm gonna say 3. He wants to become a ninja, but he can't because he can't do a single jutsu and he can't even read. People eventually started throwing stuff at him, including books. He would take the books and stuff. He would read them. Here's some jutsu. He learns how to walk on trees, exercises in the water walking, and tree walking. He managed to get it down in 2 days. I'm gonna say 1 week. It takes him to learn both. The second jutsu he's gonna learn from this book is how to do the multi-shadow clone jutsu. It's a jutsu where from the Forbidden Scroll of Sealing. That jutsu, multi-shadow clone jutsu. He's gonna learn how to do some Funjutsu as well. It takes him about two months to learn this. Yeah. He managed to get them all down and completely mastered these abilities. He's learned how to use Wind Jutsu. He learned a couple wind styles. I'm just gonna name a few off the top of my head. Wind Bullet, Wind Hurricane. He's gonna learn the Wind Bullet, Gale Palm, and in the Wind Style Great Breakthrough. He's also going to learn the cutting damage when you throw the kunais technique. He's going to learn that, and it takes him 6 months to learn how to use these abilities. It's not that bad. He learns how to use lightning style because he already has wind style. He's gonna learn how to do electric style. He ends up doing better at that than anybody would expect. He learns how to do multi-jutsus. He learns about the inner gates. He learns how to use them. He learns the 8 inner gates. He's able to use. He's having trouble mastering the style of the 8 inner gates, so he ends up making his own style. And I got this one from a book that I've read, fanfic. Better Less Unsaid by something Kichi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh well. He learns that fighting style. But he's able to do. He's good at that style in the kicking style. He also still created the second jutsu, if any of you guys are wondering. Yes, he created it still. And he's also going to have he ends up creating his own technique. It's called, it's his own style. It's explosive type of He basically uses a sealing jutsu on kunais and throws it, and it would explode. It's basically like explosive tag sealing. It's basically like that. He ends up able to, and what he's able to do with this is be able to throw kunais with the piercing and cutting precision with the kunai and explode it. Which would leave massive amounts of craters, and extremely dangerous too. It's able to leave a wide crater, or of pure destruction. He learns how to do multi-shuriken jutsu, but it takes him a while to learn it. He's only done it with one tag before. So, yeah. Then it takes him a while to learn how to use chakra pulse jutsu. He's gonna learn that. He's also gonna, I kind of like this idea. He's gonna get, he ends up getting his hands, he finished this book. It had all these techniques, well, minus the destructive, piercing, and explosive kunai attack. He's measured these abilities, and can use Fushin, basically sealing and cutting off people's presence, and he can hide his chakra, and suppress it to track and hide his presences. I'm gonna pause it here. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Where was I? Oh well, I guess I will start off again. Okay, so I'm also gonna give Naruto the Sharingan / Byakugan, which he implants them himself. Basically, he gets both of the abilities of the Hyugas and the Sharingan. No. Which will give him, which would be pretty nice. I like that idea, but alright. Well, I'm gonna ain't the Rami X Dojutsu that he came out with. What if Naruto had a Namikaze Dojutsu? I think his name is Rami X. Go check him out. And he has. He would unlock that Dojutsu later on in the series. Maybe a few episodes in. Anyways, he's already a skilled center and a skilled fighter now. He's pretty smart. He's cold and ruthless. Alright. Next up, the Academy. Yeah. He ends up still does, I forgot to mention, he still sent clones out to pull pranks. Yes, he still does the pranks. He doesn't say believe it anymore. He's more smarter and ruthless and cold and kind now these days in this what if. He still saved Hinata in that scenario when they was kids, when he was out practicing. And he only shows off his ability in fighting, he doesn't show off the abilities to do the he does do the transformation in the Shadow Clone test, and which he gets down pat. He plays. He also does do a jutsu. He gets a he doesn't he can't do the replacement jutsu where you swap places with your target with a branch of wood in the Naruto series. You know what jutsu I'm talking about. Those on to escape and stuff. He knows the flying ride. He knows the flying Raijin technique already. He learns it and ends up modifying it to suit his needs. And he's placed it on, you've already placed it on a few people and placed it on others. In this one, he's dating Hinata. He dates Hinata. They go out to eat. They go out and train together. They hang out and go get something to eat. Walk together, hang out, do stuff. They do that a lot. Every day after school, they hang out and have fun. And they've already have had some alone time together. I'm just gonna say that and leave it as that. And sadly, when she gets caught by the family doing this, they attempt to give her the caged bird seal. Naruto shows up to the house once he heard about this and challenged the head of the Hyuga. He walks up to the head of the Hyuga and says, if you're gonna put the caged bird seal on Hinata, I'm going to challenge you to a fight. If I win, you will not put the caged bird seal on Hinata. And I will also make one other condition. And we will fight. I will aim to kill you. Naruto says to the Hyuga. If you're lucky to survive my attacks, Naruto said to the Hyuga chief. He ends up, the Hyuga chiefs started laughing at this and said, okay kid, I will take your deal. And he thinks he's superior to others, not his father is. And Naruto says, I will also make another condition. And if you lose, I will have the caged bird seal put on you. Which means the Hyugas will be my little puppets. Are you down with that, Hihashi? Naruto said, with the big fat grin on his head. And Naruto says, I will be going for the kill, which means I will not hold back and I will do multiple destruction jutsus. I doubt you will be able to live through it, Naruto said. And Naruto says this with a grin on his face. He says, so shall we begin? So shall we do this fight here or in the practice ground of your... Pick the place, Naruto said with the grin on his face. He ends up, they end up picking the... I don't want to do this in this house since it might be mine after this, Naruto said. Naruto said, "Alright, shall we begin?" Naruto started off with his devastating attack. Naruto threw a few kunais and did the multiple shadow clone jutsu on the kunais. And Higashi did the spin technique. And Naruto says, "Good, got you right where I want you," Naruto said, the grin on his face. Then he threw another kunai mixed with wind and lightning chakra, and an explosive tag on it as well. And he did it again, which completely decimated and wounded Higashi. Completely wounded one shoulder. And Naruto says, "Are you ready to give up?" As Naruto then did it 5 times, did it a couple more times, which left Higashi broken and bruised. Well, battered and bruised. And he's like, "I'm not done yet." Tried to get up and couldn't get up. "Ooh, looks like you would be my best puppet I ever of today," Naruto said with a grin on his face. And it's not gonna go one-sided like this. And it turns out that he was using a clone. Oh, so you switched places with the clone before the fight began, Naruto said. And Higashi said, "How come I can't? How are you suppressing your chakra?" Naruto's been suppressing his chakra and hiding his presence this whole time, which is starting to screw with the Bakugan, giving him weird readings. He's having trouble depicting. Everything's kind of blurry and looking. Naruto still he still ends up kicking so he does the air palm, and Naruto jumps up and uses the flying Raijin and put the kunai to Hinata's father's throat and cut his shoulder and stabbed him in the back. And once he couldn't move, he stuck to him like glue and started kicking him over and over until Naruto kept asking him, are you gonna give up? Higashi said no. So Naruto then said, "Alright, this will finish you off then. And you won't be able to see ever again," Naruto said. He plucked out Higashi's eye. and said, "You won't be needing these anymore," Naruto said. Took Kiyoshi's eyeballs out of his head. He's like, "Since you won't give up, I will take your eyes out of your skull and then place them and give them to Hinata." As a present, Naruto said, with a grin on his face. He ends up doing just that, and he ends up dragging Higashi and putting the purge Cade seal on Higashi. And Hinata was shocked and surprised by this, and Naruto said, like, "Hell, I'm gonna stand by and let you get placed underneath the purge cage seal, which is a form of enslavement," Naruto said. And I think I went overboard, didn't I? Oh, Naruto as Hinata. He did go overboard on this, but Hinata just laughed and started giggling and smiling. Yeah. Hinata ended up falling for Naruto even harder than before. So, shall we inform the rest of the Hyugas that Higashi is now the puppet? He's now my puppet. Naruto said. "What should we do now?" Naruto said. Alright. So I'm gonna be ending it here.